All right, guys, I have another MakseLife order here. I actually have two, so I think I'm going to wait until the second one comes out before I post this and have both together. But this is my Black Friday order from them, and it's really not huge. So we have our usual box here, which is a very nice box. And then I'm going to take everything out and we're going to go over all the little bits that I bought. It's all the things that I was like, oh, I should have bought this at launch. And I didn't. And there was a decent sale at Black Friday. So let's see. First here we have our free training little index card here. They do have a training coming up this week that I think is going to be on their YouTube channel for setting goals for next year, which I think is going to be really awesome. The next thing I grabbed were these two vinyl stickers, and these are more just for me. And I don't know if I'm going to put them in my planner or not. So essentially what it is you have life here, and then you have all of these little like things that come out from it. So for life, we have gratefulness, awareness, joy, beauty, and then past those, you have humor, celebration, aesthetics, appreciation, remembrance. They switch direction. Mourning, consciousness, and presence. So it's just like different areas of life, and I thought it was a really good reminder. And then this one has to do with emotions a little bit more. So we have like surprise here, and we have startled, confused, amazed, excited. And then going out even further, we have shocked, dismayed, disillusioned, perplexed, astonished, awed, eager, energetic. So kind of the whole spectrum of emotions. And I don't know, I just really liked them. So I bought both of these. And then I wanted to give this a try. So we have daily intentions, and then we have daily reflections. So one you do in the morning and one you do in the evening. So the intentions go in the morning. And I want to say these were each like $16, and you get about a month's worth, I think. It could be more than that, but I think it's a month. So it's a really nice cover, kind of has that faux leather look and maybe a little bit feel to it. It's quite thick, so you can kind of see there. And then you have the normal kind of MakseLife pattern with the lines. And this is more of a laminated page here. And then we have our daily intentions and like your name and phone number and everything there. And then we have our introduction here. And here are your daily intentions. So this is a way of kind of grounding yourself and making sure that you're getting what you want out of the day. So it's how am I feeling today? How do I want to feel? Which are very different things. What do I need today to feel good? What do I want to attract to myself today? I think that one's going to be hard for me. Like these two. Today I will let go of or say no to. Also going to be a challenge. But I think it's going to be good in the new year. Today I will embrace. Who is someone I want to make a mindful connection with today? I think just thinking about that in advance is helpful. What is something I can do in 15 minutes or less today that will positively impact my life? I also think thinking about that will help keep the ball rolling. And then there's there's an area for today's mantra or affirmation here. And I think all of the other pages that are in here are really the same. I don't know if I'm going to use the mantra area, but I think the rest of this will be really, really helpful for me. And I'm going to try 30 days of it and see what happens is my intention with the new year. And I like the blue. I think you got to pick the color. I don't remember. It's been a while since I ordered. And then this one is meant for your evening journaling. So you have like a guided morning journal and then a guided evening journal. So again, it's the same type of kind of almost leatherette material, but it's thicker. So it has a little bit more of a plastic feel to it. So you have that same kind of intro area here. And then for the daily reflections, we have how I felt today, energy level, which I think is going to be really important, your mood. Today I'm grateful for the following, and then you have an area to write 5 things, not just 3. Something that brought me joy. This is going to be challenging for me, but I think it's going to be, again, very good. Then we have today's win, and you have just a small area to write, this is what went well. How I grew today. That'll be interesting to reflect upon. Today, I'm proud of myself for, and I think it's interesting that some of these can overlap, but they don't necessarily have to. What is something I can do tomorrow to make it a good day? And it's, again, thinking about the future and kind of planning in advance. And I think that's really important and going to be super helpful for this next year for me. And again, all the pages are pretty much the same here. I don't think there's anything at the back. Yeah, it just goes straight to the end. So there is that. And then these were new. It's at the launch. And I was so excited about them. And I think I just got so, I decided, I only need this sticky notes. And then I was like, but I want the other ones. Because sticky notes are something that it's not just a want, right? It's a useful want because I use them constantly. And these little pads of notes all had I think it's 100 little stickies, and they're sized differently. So my normal sticky notes are too long, I feel like, to really use, especially in my Hobonichi cousin, because they take up so much space. And I'll show you what I mean here. We'll go to a blank weekly spread here. We'll go to this week, which I haven't planned yet. But this is their new sticky notes. And yes, it's going to go over the column size for Hobonichi cousin because it is a little bit narrower, I think, than your 7x9 planners. It'll work perfectly in the side column here though. But in comparison, I should have grabbed it out sooner, sorry. These are some of my other sticky notes. I just keep them on the side here. Oh, do I not have? I may be out of the longer strips. Let me see. Hold on. Okay, so this is the size of their strips. And then this is the typical size if you get them. This is, I feel like, a standard size. So if you look at the difference in size there, these are much more usable, I feel, for me to put into this type of planner. I was also going to look, this is when I was sick, so I wanted to see how close in size. Yeah, it's not horrible going over, and so I feel like I can put sticky notes here and have it work as well. So I thought these would be really nice additionally, and they're all in the MakseLife colors, which I can't tell you off the top of my head what each color goes because I just started using the system maybe by the end of next year. And these are the pastel colors, which I really like. You can write on them with any pen. And for Black Friday, they had a deal where you could buy the Boulder set as well. So let's open these. Now the recommendation on these, because they are a darker color. Hold on. We'll open them and I'll say. Is to use a standard white pen kind of deal, white ink. So they're more like a whiteout type situation. So we're going to just pull one off and put it there. So yes, it was a little bit of a splurge, but I feel like it's a functional splurge, if that makes sense. And I do have my white jelly roll here. So I do think that do I have a standard pen here too? Oh, here's a Sharpie. That's a little dry because it's... This Sharpie may be dead. Unfortunate. What about this one? Are you working? Yes, there we go. So you can still see the darker ink. It's just the white looks a lot clearer. And I think you could probably use the white on this one as well and have it be okay. But I like it. Like the contrast here is really cool. So there's my sticky notes that I bought. And I have probably a whole year's worth here, which will be amazing. And then they also had a deal on their markers. So we have 2 packs of markers here because look at how they kind of go with each other. I'm not sure which is which, but I have their mild liners, and then I also got their brand new dot markers because the dot markers were not out with the launch. So that was launched kind of with Black Friday. And then took a little bit of time to ship. I think because they were waiting on the dot markers. That's my guess. So these are the dot markers. And then you have all of the MakseLife colors here. So this one, it says fun and recreation on it. And then you have the dot with the arrow to the side and the fine to that side. Now I'm going to swatch all of these along with the Makse ones because I want to see them all together. But you get kind of this corally color. You get health and wellness, which is blue, or like a bluish purple. Spiritual and personal growth is kind of a teal color. We have this neon green for finance. We have Moxie gray for, actually it isn't for a specific area, it's just gray. And then we have personal, which is this kind of yellowy color. We have physical environment, which is a light gray opposed to the dark gray. Interesting. And then we have purple for family and relationships. And we have work and learning as this kind of pinky color. So I'm going to go ahead and open these. These are not a new edition. I think maybe they came out last year and they were a big hit. So there are all of your mild liners, again in the same colors. And you do have it says bullet and chisel on here for these. So we're going to see how they compare to each other. So let's go to the back, kind of, find a good page for it. Yes, I was ink swatching. I don't want to do this. Like, let's go. Sometimes I have missed pages, so we'll go to that. Evidently I haven't missed a page in a while, so. Oh, I guess, hey, we can do this page. How about that? Okay, I'm gonna, I think, do the dot, the fine, and then I'll also do these kind of all in the same area. And I'm gonna speed this up for you guys so you don't have to wait for me to do all of that. All right. So I think overall I like these. Couple of things I'll mention that the dot marker fine N is not as fine as the bullet N that you get in the markers here. So if that matters to you, that's just something to keep in mind. So you can kind of see here how it's a little bit of a fatter line here opposed to here. There, I think it was only with maybe the gray and a little bit with this pink, there was like some hairs on the tip of a marker. I don't think that's a big deal, but something to be aware of. And I think it was this one that almost looks like it might be bleeding a little bit. So I'm going to keep an eye on this and see. But the other ones seemed fine. And just, you know, like normal markers. I do like the fact that the inks match pretty much identically. So it looks like it's the same thing. And I think that was a big deal to them. So it'll be really fun to be able to use these in the coming year to kind of, I think I'm probably going to be using them more in my Makse stuff opposed to like my overall journal, but we'll see. So that's everything for today's haul. And like I said, I have a secondary order coming because indecision. That's really what it is. But anyhow, all right, that's everything for today. And I will film the other part when it comes in. All right, guys, it is time for part 2 of my MakseLife haul. This just came this afternoon. So let's go ahead and open it up and see what's inside. This is a fairly small order, kind of. Like, I think I only ordered 3 things, but as you can see, it's not a small box. So let's see if there's a box inside of a box. There is not. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this off to the side, I think, and pull the items out so we can talk about them because it'll be a little easier. Well, I think it was actually technically 2 items because the reflection book came with it. I already had one of these, but because I knew I had another one coming, I did give that to a friend. So I have this. Then, even though I had been planning to use the flagship, I ended up, let's get a little closer here. I ended up purchasing the individual books. I think this is called the like companion or something, because I last minute made a change of plans. Like, I've been really anxious about my planning system for this next year. I don't know why, but it has caused me like the most amount of anxiety over am I picking the right planner this year that I've ever had. So what I decided to do is I gifted to the same person who I gifted the Reflections notebook. I gave her the order I had made for the flagship, knowing I could always purchase another one. She's from Korea, so it wasn't like she could buy another one. At least I don't think they ship to Korea. Maybe they do. Anyhow, so what I decided to do was buy the companions. And this is because, if I can get them out, I am planning on using my Hobonichi cousin as actually my main planner, I think, this year. And so let me grab it. It is not fully set up for this next year. I've been kind of starting to work on it a little bit, but it's in here. And so this is probably going to stay on my desk, is my guess. This is their kind of all the things that are in the front of the flagship, your assessments, your yearly goal setting stuff is in here. It is perforated, so I could take it out and tip it into my Hobonichi if I want to. I think I'm probably not going to, though. I mean, I could change my mind on that, but that's what this is. This is probably going to stay on my desk. And then you get 4 books. They're quarterly. And I really liked this colorway. I will look up what the colorway is and like insert it here for you guys. But essentially you have this dark teal, which is like my favorite color. You get a gray, a light blue, and a light green. And I thought they would go really well with the cover that I've chosen, which is a Hobonichi like direct one. Now, here's what I wasn't sure about, is whether or not I could tuck this in here so it's always with me. Oh, it might be a little thick that way. So hold on. So what I might do instead is, instead of having this notebook, which is just a plain notebook, I like to have a notebook with me, is tuck it in here. I think that's going to work better. And then this one is thinner, so I can put it in here. And that's going to work better like that. So that is my plan for this next year, is to have that all together. Then when I'm on the go, I can just grab this and go. So I didn't buy a folio because I am planning on keeping them together in here. And I felt like I didn't really have a need for it then. And these ones will just go on my shelf and wait their turn. So there is that. I'll put this all off to the side. If you haven't seen the Reflections book, let me just open it up really quick and show it to you. So it's really nicely done. I think they do one of these every year now. And you have the year in the front, place for your name. Oh, I didn't show you the inside of these. Let me show you those two. And then you kind of have, this is how the year started. This is how it ended. I didn't have this last year, so I don't know how much of this I can really do. Then we have wins, highlights, challenges, lessons, growth, gratitude, what's working, what's not working, impact, adjustments, reflections. So things like, what am I going to say no to in 2024? Now, these 2 pages I think will be really impactful for setting my goals for this next year. A letter to me. And then I think that's everything that's in here. So I think that's going to be good. Now let's take a look inside these, because I forgot to show you. I'm so sorry. So do each one of them say the same? Oh, they say different things. I missed that. So this one says, just begin again and again. This one says, good things take time. This one says, trust the timing of your life. What did this other one say? Your only limit is your mind. So, and the cover is kind of this faux leather feeling. It's very similar to their other notebooks and stuff, if you've ever had any of those. Rather thick. You can kind of see that here. And then inside we have like their traditional kind of lined graphic. Then we get this part. Again, these are all perforated, so you can tear them out. You get a monthly calendar and a notes column. Then you get monthly goals and a place for to reflect on things. We have weekly actions, and then reflections on that week. And then you'll get like 4 weeks, however many. And then you get a monthly reflection page with a just blank note page there. And then I'll go on to the next month. Oh, and these months are not, you know, it's not January or February or whatever. So you do get to choose that. I think they have a sticker kit that kind of goes along with this. But I think I have enough stickers that we'll be okay. So that's kind of the gist. And like I said, these are quarterly and they'll all be the same on the inside. And then at the very back, you do get a little pocket here. If you wanted to, say, print off your... Where'd the quarterly book go? Where'd I set it? Sorry. If you wanted to, say, go to the website and print off the life compass for each, quarter or whatever, and put it in there, because I think you check in every quarter on this and just make sure that you know where you are, and then putting it in the back, I think, is a great way to keep that all together. So at the end of the year, if you want to reflect on everything, you have it. So there's all of that. Then, in combination with all of that, I have joined Club Makse, and at first I was like, I'll just get my own binder. It'll be fine. But it's $35 for the big binder, which, like, I probably have a ruler here somewhere. Hold on. Let's see. Do I have a ruler? No, of course not. Why would I have a ruler? Not in that drawer, anyhow. Hold on. Aha! We have a ruler. Matter of fact, we have a Coffee Monsters coat. Oh no, Once More I Love ruler. Sorry. So the binding here is about 6 centimeters. I think those are centimeters across, to give you an idea. So it's really thick, and on the back we have MakseLife, goal setting and planning system. And then on the front we have like their little logo with Club Makse here, and the biggest piece of foam ever. But essentially you'll be able, because with Club Makse you get a lot of papers that you print out each month to work through, and with starting the new year, I'll be able to put them in the appropriate places, I feel. So we have getting started here with this gray tab. Then we have challenges, which is this really pretty kind of pinky color. Then we have Peach's mindset. And then we have goal setting, coaching tips. And these are all like a plasticky material, by the way. Mental health, which I think is really important. We have resources, book selection, because there's always a book that they kind of coordinate with the all the paperwork for the month and the theme. So you can put your book selections back here, and that way if you can't read them that month or whatever, you can go back here and read them. You can take notes on them, that kind of thing. There is like a not official book club on Facebook where I haven't joined it, but I've been thinking about it, where they talk about the book. And then there's bonuses in this really cool purpley color. And then Club Makse notes. And then you also get this folder at the back where you can, maybe this is the stuff that you're currently working on, or additional things that you haven't quite made time to file away, memories, whatever. And then we have another one of these little, I don't know, you find them in all the binders. I don't know what they are, but I think they help with getting the pages to lay flat and not get bent. So whatever those are. The inside of here, it is fabric covered. So we have gray on the outside, which is like a linen-y type material. And then we have a nice blue on the inside, which I think is really nice. The binder has the tabs to open. Usually push them closed. I'm going to push them here. So there is that. Yes, I could have bought another binder that was cheaper and probably the similar size. However, it wouldn't have had the different tabs, which is, I think, what I wanted. I do wonder if they'll sell the tabs individually, but I don't know. So that is my new MakseLife binder and everything. I think I'm ordering for quite a while from them, at least a month, because the only other thing which was in the beginning of the video, if I will reorder, will be the daily reflections and gratitude and the daily intentions. If I find those super helpful, I'll probably reorder. So anyhow, that's everything. I hope it was helpful and maybe a little fun for you guys. And until next time, I'll see you real soon.